So thanks everyone for joining. This is the Global eTraining Tour. As you can see on the screen, if you're a client of ATG, you have access to this amazing training service at no extra charge. And for anyone watching this that's not a current client, you get it at no charge. So there's no reason not to use ATG. Plus, we have awesome tech support, if I do say so myself. I'm a senior tech support specialist here. And just a little bit of background about me. You might have read a little bit about this before we got started, but I've been in the Autodesk world since 2007. I've been doing technical support and account management for my entire career, which started way back in the late 90s. So just tons of experience. I started with CADsoft Consulting initially in 2006. And then ATG purchased CADsoft, I want to say right around 2017. So anyhow, let's get on to the presentation. This is just going to show how to sign up for Global eTraining and how to use the portal. So here's some of the topics that we're going to cover. All right, so the first thing is about the Enrollment Key email and the new account activation. This is the first step to getting started. So there is a welcome email that gets sent out to the contract manager, and it looks like the one shown on the left side. And they will forward that to the end users, or they can create the account themselves. And all you have to do is just click on this link right here, and it'll take you to this next page, which is the Enrollment Key. So I want to show you what that process actually looks like. So here I am in my email, and I'm copying the Enrollment Key from the email. And then you click the link to go there. And this is where it takes you. And you click Enrollment Key, and then you paste in what you had copied. Make sure there's no spaces at the end. And then hit Enrollment Key. And then you're going to get this page, which asks for your name and your password and your email. All right, once you're done entering the information, just hit Enrollment Key one more time. And then you can save your password if you'd like. And that is it for that one. So then here's the login page. You just put your username is typically your email by default. So then we are logged in. So this just goes over what we covered, and I will have this as a handout. So you don't have to worry about reading all of this stuff. This will be on the handout. And here's the other screenshots that we covered. All right, now this is about the password reset. We already looked at the login page and how to log in. That goes without saying, kind of. The Forgot Password button on the sign-in page is what you can click to trigger a password reset if you forget it. You can also change your password from the profile page if you're able to get into the account. So here is the overview of the password reset process. And then here's a quick video of that. And we'll be doing the live demonstration after this one. I just pre-recorded a couple of these. There's the Forgot Password button. You can put in either your username or your email address. Email is going to be easier to remember. And then check your email inbox after you submit the request. And check your spam filter if it doesn't come in right away. And there's a link to reset it, so you just click it, They expire within 24 hours, so make sure you do it right away. And here's the password reset page. And you just put in your new password. Has to be at least 6 characters in length, as you can see. And then you can update your password if you'd like. And that login button will take you right back to the login page. So that is it for that part. No more pre-recorded videos from here on out. So this is a look at the dashboard. You saw that a little bit after we reset our password. So it's going to have a way to get to all the other pages on the global website. So again, this is a handout, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the website now so you can see it in real time. Okay, so this is the dashboard. This green stack of bars here is the menu. I'm going to be calling it the hamburger menu. We've also heard of it as the pancake stack. If anyone else has any other names they've heard it referred to, definitely put them in the chat window. I'd love to hear about it. So this menu gets you all over the site as well. And just to look at the dashboard, you've got My Courses, you've got Resume Last Class, My Course Catalog, Search, and then you've got some social media stuff, resources, polls and surveys, and then support. And we're going to go into what all these pages mean in depth, so I'm not going to go in too far with that one. So, whoop, I think I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, back to the dashboard. You can get to the dashboard by clicking this Global eTraining circle in the upper left-hand corner. That'll take you right back here. So the first thing we're going to look at is the profile page. It's going to let you change your username, your email address, and again, you can reset your password. And you can get to the profile through the hamburger menu or the profile icon that's to the left of the menu. So switching back over here, this is the profile icon. And here's some basic information. Edit profile. It's not a whole lot that you can change here, but and then here's the change password. You have to put your current one in and then put the new one in. You can also get to the profile through this hamburger menu right here. So that is the profile page. And by the way, if anyone has any questions, you can type those into the chat window at any time. And also, we're going to leave behind a white paper that goes over global eTraining. So make sure you check that out as well. I'll put that in the chat also. So this is what the My Course Catalog page looks like. And this basically has an overview of some of the topics that are available in there. And then once you click on a manufacturer, you see this second window here. So let's go ahead and do that. You can get to it through the dashboard or My Course Catalog in the menu. And so we'll look at Autodesk courses. And here you've got a bunch of release years, and you see flexible and guided. And we'll go into that in a little bit, so I'll explain a little bit more about that shortly. All right, so this is about class enrollment, so we'll switch back over. So I like the flexible courses because I find myself to be sort of an intermediate user. The guided basically makes you stick with the format. Flexible lets you kind of skip around. So once you've gotten to the list of all the classes that are available, we can go ahead and click on whichever one we want. Let's do AutoCAD Advanced, and you just hit Enroll. All right, so that's enrollment. Flexible versus guided, I kind of already spilled the beans on this one. On the left side, you can see the flexible classes, and on the right side, you can see the guided classes. They look really similar. But as I mentioned with the flexible, it lets you skip around to different topics and sections of the class as needed, whereas guided is more for beginning users or beginners that may want to follow the exact order that the class is presented in. So another cool thing about flexible is there are these progress tests that you take prior to watching the training. So if you start the test and you find that you get a good score, you know that you probably don't need to watch all the stuff in that section. You can go ahead and skip to the next section. So it's really nice to have that flexibility when you're taking the class. All right, so this is about the My Courses page, which is a little different than the course catalog. The course catalog is what's available in general. And the My Courses page is going to show you what you've signed up for. So if you go to the menu and go to My Courses, you will see all the classes that I've signed up for. You can also get to it through the dashboard by clicking on My Courses. So that is the My Courses page. Again, it's just what you've signed up for. And you can resume where you last left off, which is nice. And you can also get links to your certificates of completion once you're done. And you can filter, search, and sort through the courses as well. This little button right here, the funnel with the plus sign, pulls up the panel where you can kind of do some more searching and filtering. So that makes it easier to find things. Course in progress. This is where we start to get into the actual classes. You'll see a snapshot of an InfraWorks training that I'm currently in progress with. So we'll go ahead and hit start on the class that we registered for. You must agree to the terms and conditions. Okay. It's not too long, so I'll go ahead and agree. And this will give you some more information about what the class covers and how long it'll take. It's not going to take 40 hours unless you do all the exercises as well. In some of the resources page, there's additional content. Let Me Try, it has data sets so that you can actually give it a go as you're going through it. So there's that. And with the flexible, again, you can start any section you want, including these progress tests. But with the guided, you have to go from the beginning. To start or resume a class, that's on the My Courses page, start or resume. And on the dashboard, you also have resume. So back to the dashboard. Oh, I didn't hit start, so it doesn't have anything to resume yet. So I'll go to My Courses, though. Let's go ahead and start it, and then I'll show you that example. Sorry about that. While we're waiting for this to load, I just want to mention the chat window has the link to the white paper about global eTraining. Here's a look at it. You do have to put your contact info in here, but then you will be given the PDF that has more information. Okay. So here we go. This is kind of the overview page. You'll notice there's a menu in here too. Always look for the 3 lines on top of each other. It's pretty universal to Autodesk software. You'll see it in AutoCAD and all over the place. So you can skip through the lessons with this navigation bar over here. So I clicked one and then it takes me right into it. And what you have here is you have a speaker that will read you this And then you've got these e-tips and e-demos and images that we'll cover as well. If you want to mute the speaker, you can click the little speaker icon here, and you can also pause or play the speaker with this button. This goes to the support page for global support, and these will navigate through the lessons, just takes you to the next page or the prior page. Oh, and now that we've started the class, if I go back to the dashboard, just go this way. I should have clicked the circle, but oh well. This gets us there as well. So now the resume button, if we click it from the dashboard, it takes us right back to the class. And then the My Courses page also has the resume button now. And if we hit resume, it takes us right back into the lessons. All right, so there's just a screenshot of the navigation. They changed it since I did this PowerPoint like 2 weeks ago. So it's got a little bit of a new look and feel, but you saw that in the live demonstration. So, and then I covered these tips here where the navigation bar at the bottom lets you mute and pause the speaker, skip to the next one. I'll go over some of these resources in more detail. So let's go ahead and do that now. So the e-tips are just kind of additional information and some print screens. And if you want to play, if you want this speaker to read it to you, you can hit play. And you can close it with the X. The view image is a print screen. Oh, well now they have actual little videos. That's a new thing too, which is pretty cool. And so this basically just shows you what the speaker is talking about on this content. And now the e-demo, this is the actual video. So once you click it, it's going to pop up in a new window. And by the way, you want to make sure that pop-ups are enabled for this website. You can do that by adding it to your browser settings. My browser settings are right here in the 3 dots stacked on top of each other. So you can allow pop-ups from the site in advance, and then you won't have any issues using this service. So you can see each video clip is pretty quick. It's very specific to just this topic. And this is really cool for the purposes of more advanced users who are in the middle of a job and they may just need to find a quick answer. So if you go search, which I'll show you in a little bit, and you click the e-demo, you can get right to this video, which is really nice. You can full screen it with the full screen icon, and then I'm going to just close that. And then here's the next section. So we went over e-demo. We didn't see any e-tips, but e-tips are a lot like the oh, I forgot the name of it already. But anyway, e-tip just, oh, that is an e-tip. Sorry, it looks different because he just changed it. So I'm just getting more familiar with it again myself. Okay. So searches. This is probably the part that is the most important thing of the day, in my opinion, because there's 2 searches, and they're not created equal, unfortunately. So there is a really obvious search at the top of the page, and as you can see in my print screen, it doesn't find all that much content. You have to actually use the search in the hamburger menu to go through the transcripts of the classes and see the content specific to your particular operation at hand. So here's what I'm talking about. This super obvious search will find AutoCAD class titles, no problem. Right, so there's all your classes about AutoCAD, and you can kind of search and filter here. And that's fine and well, but you can find that pretty easily from the My Courses or from the course catalog. The search that is golden is the search that actually pops up in a new window. You can get to it through the hamburger menu, and you just click search. You'll notice you get a new browser tab and a different look and feel for the search. So if I'm looking for, say I'm in AutoCAD and I want to learn how to do hatch patterns, I'll just type hatch in there and search. And now look at this. I've got PDFs, I've got all kinds of content about hatching. Takes you right to the lesson. So you can look at just handouts, or you can go to the lesson from here. Now this is pretty neat too. If you put your search term in and you get too many results, you can start filtering out by course year. So like if I want to do 2020, right, that significantly takes it down to less content. So here's a media type. Say I'm looking just for videos about hatches. Well, you saw the some of these other content types. So here's the e-demo and hatch. Tons of e-demos there on hatches. So maybe I want to filter by class. Maybe I want to see hatches just in the 2D guide. Okay, so that's a way to kind of refine your searches a little more and see less content if the broad search is too wide. So here's just a little bit about that we just covered. And I've gone over all of that. So types of content. We've touched on this as well. The e-demo are the videos. The e-tips are the workflow tips. Let me try are the actual workflow exercises where you get to actually do the commands and see how it works yourself. And by the way, just watching the videos is not as effective as actually doing the let me try exercises. They do take longer, but the knowledge will sink in so much better if you have the hands-on part of it down as well. And then the view images are just print screens. All right, so here's the resources page. This gives you some additional content. You can get some downloads for the Adobe Acrobat Reader if you need to. There is a global eTraining plugin that you can get, so that would tell you how to get that. The support page link is in here, and there's a Find Your Learning Style quiz that's kind of cool too. You can click on that from the resources page and take a quiz, and it'll give you some recommendations about the best way that you could utilize the service to suit your learning style. So here's the support page. I want to point out this is for problems that are specific to the global website. This doesn't give you product support for Autodesk or Bluebeam or any of the manufacturers that are listed in there. This is just for, like, say, you know, the pop-ups aren't working or something like that. And you can also come to my team, ATG Tech Support, to get support for global. So I suspect you won't need this page too much. All right. Adam Caesar popped in with a question. He doesn't have an enrollment key, so I will make sure that that gets sent to you. As long as you have an active Autodesk contract through ATG as your partner, then you'll have access to that at no charge. So Adam, we'll go ahead and get that going for you. I'll follow up with you after the webinar. Okay, here's the transcript page. This gives you information about the classes that you have completed. So you can see all your course history, when you started and ended the classes, what your scores were on the progress tests. And yeah, those certificates are really nice to have for sure, just to prove that you did your diligence and you took the class. And you can get to the transcripts page from the hamburger menu, of course, and then click on transcripts. going to close that search. There's the menu and transcripts. You probably noticed I have 2 global accounts. This is the demonstration account, so I didn't complete any courses in here yet, but you can print transcripts. Okay, so we're at the end of our webinar. These are just some best practices, which I've already kind of covered. Just disable pop-ups first. And then here's some browsers that are recommended. Make sure you always have your most current browser installed. You can check that also in the browser settings. And then this is about intermediate and beginners. Beginners can take it from start to finish to learn initially how to work with AutoCAD or whatever product. The intermediate and advanced folks might want to skip around and do the assessment test first. If you get more than 80 on the first round, you get to move on. If you have less than 80, you might want to revisit that section. So, okay, we're at the end of the webinar. Hopefully the pace was good. I know I went a little quick, but it's kind of basic web navigation, so I didn't want to beat a dead horse too much. But does anyone else have any questions at this point? All right, so far no questions. We can kind of leave the line open for just a moment, just in case. All right, well, I haven't seen any other questions pop in. Eric, thanks for your feedback. I really appreciate it. We'll make sure you guys get the handouts. And yeah, if you need anything at all, ATG is available. Tech support is included with contracts. We have a toll-free number. If you need help, it's 1-888-615-0677. Thank you so much for attending. Have a wonderful rest of your week.